Spanish Town Hospital may need answers.
Doctor them know a Spanish Town Hospital. They me baby push. It was too tiny. Me sign the paper. Me say, no, please, don't cut me, baby. Me beg the referral. Me make me baby go a different place. Doctor go for strike and my baby. My baby dead. That makes you mash up and mash up. The mash up me say. Spanish don't want answer. More answer for my baby. I want baby. They kill him, say I can't tell how. They make a 14-year-old baby where in a deep distress. Go to a long, hard labor and kill her. They no cut her and me sign the paper say, cut me pitney. I don't care what cut her. They no cut her and kill her.
Sex education, yes, should be taught in high schools. Definitely. Because you have to put something in place for where the parents them fall short. See me? Some of these parents don't have even sexual education to even teach them kids. Or it is a sticky subject for them touch upon and afraid to touch upon it with them kids. So it's needed.
My view, yes, sex education be given at school because little school put them either do them thing. You understand? So you have to give sex education. That means that them can over protect themselves and all that. You understand? Because you gotta have enough teenage pregnancy. You gotta have enough teenagers get pregnant and don't even know who the father is. Who should the schoolboy them breed them. So at the end of the day, we believe say if you teach it in a school, yes, that for teaching a school, my view, sir. They get me, I have to get the kids them know how to protect themselves because them being either do it. Them do it every day. Some leak out, some don't leak out. You understand? So yeah, them for teach it in a school.
Yeah, my view, good topic. Blessings to the family. Now, sex education supposed to be teaching in school and also at home. You get what I say? As I say, everything start with parents first, cause a year pick me. You see me? So I think it should more come from the parents them, where enough parents shy away from talking to them kids about these things. You see me? When it is natural, cause the youth them a grow up, them a go want to do certain things. You see me? And it is inevitable them are going to become an adult. So these things supposed to be talked about with their youth them. Ask them if them ready. Show them certain type of situations that happen to other people indulge in it early and the outcome of it. You get what I say? You have some people that did bounce back, but it's not everybody did bounce back. Enough people, especially if you know have support. So you have to teach your youth these things. You have to teach them also the risk of indulging in these things because it's not just pregnancy out there. You get what I say? A lot of STDs and diseases are out there. You see, which them youth here, I don't think them have enough information on it and them believe say probably them are Superman, so we run past them and not catch them. So you have to teach a youth all of these things and what it means to indulge in them things there. Because it's not just physical, it is spiritual and emotional just the same. So it's a lot of things, but the youth them supposed to be taught about these things so them know where they might get themselves into. It actually give them a chance to decide whether they want to get into that or not.
Good morning. When I was going to school, sex education was taught in school. I don't know if they stopped doing it, but that was something taught in school. Tell you how your body work, what happen if you go to the opposite person, what will happen more pregnancy comes. So sex education was always taught in school. I don't know if they're still doing it.
Morning, my view. My thoughts, but sex education was taught in school when me I go to school. It was taught by the guidance counselors in schools, the different body parts and different everything that difference about sex and all of that. It was taught in school, and it taught where people must touch you from where they must not touch you and all of those stuff. So it's not new, and I don't think the curriculum change where that is concerned, because me know me hear my son talk about certain things sometimes. So I think it is still taught in school. Yeah, man, I think so.
Yes, I think it should be taught in school now more than ever, because all that's been happening, as I said earlier, most kids, them don't even know them body function. 90% of them don't even know how them body function, how it works, and what happen when them do certain things. So my view upon it, yeah, let them know what will happen when them start too early. Make them know them body need for mature before them do certain things. And if it don't mature to do certain things, this is what will happen to them. Yeah, man, make them know the function of everything. How them body work and how them body will not work when them do certain things. Yeah, I believe it should be taught in school.
Morning, my view. Yes, sex education should be taught in school, because when I was growing up, when we did in high school, them used to teach you guidance and counseling. And in a guidance class, they used to tell you everything about STDs, your hygiene, and all those stuff. You see me? So them they teach about AIDS, CMO and stuff. And up on the look up in here, it's just unprotected sex them have. So them now know the different sexually transmitted diseases, or all of them stuff there. They don't know enough of them don't know condom use either. Even though a condom is being taught right across the board in our media. So I say yes, sex education should be taught in school. And more awareness should be placed on this topic as well. Big up yourself, my view.
Um, yes and no. No is at what age you don't want to make the pick them know aware. So yo, Ray, at what age is it? Because my son has said now, when me always tell him say, woman to a man. You see me and mommy, that's how it should be. Yeah? None of the next way around. Me show him them part. Me tell him them part. So when it says sex now, at what age? You know I have to put that in some smaller kids' brain. So it can work and it cannot work in some part. Meaning say the kid not gonna them not receive that as yet till them reach about maybe 7. You can say a man to a woman is it. When them go further up in a age and grade, like for instance 7th grade, 6th grade at least, 7th grade, 6th grade, because they know say picnic bad from them time too. So yeah man, I make them know, tell them the raw truth about it. Teach them the raw truth about it and not protect nothing about. No, tell them the raw truth, what will happen if them do this. Yeah? Them have to take on responsibility where them not even ready for it. So we don't want to teach them it and not teach them now to go soft with it. We have to give them it the raw plain straight out there. You see?
Yeah, sex start teach at school from grade 4, where them start teach about the pubic area and all of that. And the higher you get in the level, they get more intense. So when you get to high school, they tell you it rather than teach you about condoms, then teach you the different type of condom, the different contraceptives, and what sex do from what sex not do, and what sex can cause from what sex cannot cause when you reach high school. So it's not like it is not taught. But these young people nowadays just you know, something just not right with them, when brain just not ready. So then just do anything what them feel like do. You understand? So I just say it go, I say it go. It was introduced from primary school, wherein they teach you about the pubic area, where male or female should touch you, you see it, and all of that. So personal hygiene and all of those stuff. So that start from around grade 4. Grade 3 them teach, from grade 1 to grade 3 them teach a different thing. But when you reach grade 4, it get intense, go up to those areas. You understand? Yeah man, that's how it go on.
Brother, something wrong with the generation, brother. Is that they're not fully developed yet? I feel like the generation before, well, my son, I know my son get breast milk, but the one them before my son, I don't think them get breast milk. I mean, even think them get toys to play with. So, them grew up nonchalant, no care. My family member, you know, and friends, when I see, go down some road and I say, yo, you can't do this, you know, want me to reach 20-year-old and anything, you know, now look different. Not saying nothing, you can't do anything, but rapidly so different somebody every time. Come on, man. Just it. Anxiety them a do, anxiety them was saying, them know what them a do. So, and nothing me hear so. When I try to carry with young ones. Oh, me know me and them a nothing happen. Blood clot boy. Me hate afraid of them come with nothing happen. Them know what them a do.
Morning. I think sex education was taught in school. It just needs to be updated, a bit more detailed, and a bit more realistic. When I was in primary school 30 odd years ago, we were first taught we were first taught in the 5th grade. So that what, 88, something like so. You learned about puberty. You learned about, you know, the changes in your body, breast and the armpit here, and the voice change for the male, and, you know, here on the genitals. But that's about it. I learned about STDs and STIs when I did science classes in high school. So that wasn't incorporated in sex education back in the 80s when I was in the 5th grade, when it was first taught to me. No, we cannot have the same approach like kids, like many millennials are the people that in the late 70s like me, yeah. Baby boomer, whatever you call them. You have to, these generation Alpha and generation Gen Z and them, you have to go a different approach with them. That I am Sam, I am Pam approach with sex education, now work with them pitnear. Because it's not only what will happen, what happens to your body when you reach puberty. It's now having pride and dignity and actually honoring your body and actually waiting and actually letting children know that it's cool not to participate in sexual activity, whether it be anal, oral, or vaginal. Letting kids know that it's okay to wait and you're not a chicken if your friends get feel up and you not get feel up. It's okay for you to wait until you're more older and you're more responsible, pretty much. So it's not that sex education is not being taught. I don't think that's the case. It's how the approach now. You need to have a new age approach with them pitney. Because for a long time, girl cut out them pocket and doctor man feel them up. And not just now. And if we could go back in time with my granny, I know say for my granny a young girl, because my granny had her first kid at I think 16 or 17. Not to say that would have been the first time she encountered sex, but it's highly likely that she's been engaging younger. And so if we go back in time, we can find out, say, I want to put with granny and with grandpa, they do a banana walk and feel up each other and do other things that only adults were supposed to be doing. So let's not act high and lofty and, these children. Let's internalize it and personalize it. How old were you when you were first exposed to sex? Who taught you about sex? Was it that you were taught through the classroom, or did you have to you learn through practical? and that's pretty much what we have to do when we talk about these situations. We cannot act like say, oh yeah, we forgot that we were once young and we were dumb and full of cum. We cannot be yet like that. We have to look at the issue, look at the different era, because you best believe that in 20 years from now, it'll get worse. It'll get worse. You're going to have picnic, have sex in front of people and don't care. And unless we nip it in the bud, it's going to come to that, pretty much. So, to recap, them need to be more detailed with the education in Jamaica. Because the education of yesteryears, what worked for people 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it's not working now. It's a different approach because you have social media, and there was some video that circulated with some underage girl that was having sex. And we're not talking the one recently with the girl, with the school girl and the boys. We're talking this other one with the little girl that was engaged. There was a bunch of them actually that was on live, or it was being videoed them having sex. And so with camera into play now, these pitney are them not showing no cash them to no wind. Them just don't care. Like the spirit of rebellion is more forefront than ever. So we just need to revamp the education and wheel and come again, because we have to up the approach with these children.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I think sex education should be taught in school at a certain, as in starting from high school, because at the rate of how life is going, things that is happening, I think they should educate these children. And because at the end of the day, they're gonna want to do it. Whether we like it or not, they're gonna want to do it. Because things that is happening around them, the way they feel, sometimes they don't even have nobody around them to give them proper guidance. Some of them do it because they might do it for exchange, for whatever reason, money, whatever reason, I don't know. But I think it should be taught in school. Maybe if it's being taught in school, I guess we have less children having STDs, pregnancy, and so forth.
Yes, it should. Sex education should. It's just like I was saying, sex education as well as driving should be taught in schools. My reason for saying sex education should be taught in schools, whilst I was going to primary school, well, all age school, the National Family Planning Board had this competition among schools within the different areas, the different parishes, and then it went nationally, because whomever won the parish championship would move on the different regionals, because you have region whatever. Schools will play the regions first, then whomever won would go to the parish championship, and from there they would move on to national championships. And you learned a lot. During those times. And I'm saying these things should be brought back into the school system, as well as, having this as a topic within the school settings, teaching the children the different STDs and the different viruses and diseases that are there, because a lot of these children, they don't have a clue. Me not telling a lie. This generation is more fortunate to have a lot of things, technology and all these things, but they are still a damn set of fools. And I don't want nobody come off of me this morning for what I say. They are just a set of fools and a set of dunce. Out of every 100 students now, I can guarantee you say probably about 5 of them intelligent enough can answer certain questions. You cannot tell these children certain things because they don't have no clue. And then some of the mothers, they don't teach their children certain things. They don't tell them certain things. Look here, me tell my son is 13 years old. And me tell him Racha. Me tell him raw charm. Me say, look here, no make a man make you sit down in them lap. No make a man touch you because we take them big stuff down your throat or in your bottom. Me tell him raw. Me say be careful of some of them girls out there because them will take your head push up on them. Me tell him it raw. You understand? It may sound a bit insensitive or it may sound a way to some of you know, but me tell him it as it is. Me not go pretty nothing, me not go cover nothing. Me tell him. You get what me say? So me feel say it should be taught and parents should take it on as a responsibility to educate their children about these things, because at the end of the day they go out there, they have friends, and some of these grown-ass men go out there and I fool the pitney them and I tell them all manner of things. So therefore, the spread of the HIV virus and all sorts of other diseases and this and that are going to forever be out there because these grown men lying to these children and taking advantage of them, and they are so stupid because they no get no understand. Well, some of them will get the lessons and then still go out there go do a bag of foolishness just the same. But it is my stance. I think it should be taught, and parents should be held accountable, or they should take up the responsibility of teaching their children about sex education. That's just my view. And none of you all, please don't come at me for this. I heard somebody saying high school. Listen, students, young children, younger than 8, remember the internet is there. All these things are being shown. You have parents sitting down watching porn or sexually targeted movies, and the children are there watching. You have parents having sexual intercourse and the children are there, right there, in the same bedroom, not sleeping, and all these things. So we as parents, we do things in front of our children and we allow them to watch certain things. Sometimes it's not you, the parent, who is allowing them. They go out there and they see their friends. A friend of mine said to me the other day, his granddaughter, well, not his granddaughter, his grandson said that his mom is allowing him to go to a friend's house. When he came back the morning he was supposed to get ready for school, he did not come down in time as everybody else did. When his older brother went to check, he was in his room watching porn. You understand? Where did you know about that? Oh, when I went over to my friend, he was watching it and he showed me how to find it. And he's there watching. So, yes, as parents, you're trying to prepare your children for whatever, but at the end of the day, the other influences are there. So that as well, we have to be careful as it relates to who our children hang out with, where our children hang out, the stuff they do on the internet and all of that. Even though you can't always monitor everything, because these children nowadays, they have fake pages. They block you from WhatsApp, they block you from TikTok, they block you from everything. So you can't see what they are doing, or they have these fake pages where they do their things, but you cannot see what they are doing. Just their friends know what they are doing, not you. And in your eyes, there are these scenes, but on social media, it's a whole different situation.
Morning again, family. Yes, the topic, yes, it should, which some school is doing already. But I think the first place it's supposed to be taught to a child is at home. You understand? Whether by the guardian or the mother or father. That's the first place it's supposed to be. You understand? Anything after supposed to be at school, or you carry them to a guidance counselor. Yeah, where them talk about certain things, because some parents feel as if say telling people to rub on, it a go hurt them. You not telling them I go find it some weird and meaning if you know about it, especially when they come onto the phone. You understand? Especially when you come on to phone. And if them not have no phone, a friend I go have a phone and I show them. You understand? And then now you're going to say, you never did know. These are not the old days anymore, you know. It's not the old days when you tell the pitney boy, make time Jones trouble your chocho. You go tell her she think I want for the vine. And tell them both say whatsoever can repeat you come. When your belly are show. Modern time now. You tell them Raban, fuck bring pitney. You know for sex. You know for deal with such and such a man. Especially the old one, them we are bribing with money. Learn have your distance from certain people, certain environment you know go. Certain energy you know take up a school with some friends. You understand? Where problem lies, they leave it alone. Although some of them they wait till then go in there and butt them too, then come out and a ball. You understand? So it have to start. It have to learn from school, but it have to start from the home.
Top of the day to you all. So my little bit on this. I think somewhat sex education is being taught in schools during guidance and probably HFLE classes and so forth. However, I think it needs to be emphasized more. Yeah, I think they need to take it more seriously, and I think it needs to be taught as early as primary schools. There are certain things, do's and don'ts, that, well, I think it is being taught because my child could come home and tell me about bad touch, good touch, whatever. That is somewhat some form of sex education. So yes, it is, but it also needs to be taught in the homes. Most homes, parents are breaking off. They're slacking off there because they just feel like they don't have to talk to them pitting about sex and so forth. But they need to actually sit down with their children and reinforce whatever is being taught at school and teach them things that are not being taught at school as well. They need to level with their children, make them know the harsh realities and the circumstances that are out there as it relates to sex. They need to go through thoroughly. Parents or caregivers or guardians, whatever, they need to go through these things thoroughly. They need to know what consequences come out of their actions and so forth.
Common sense. 2024 now. Yes, this thing have to be definitely teach in school. You understand me? How you think if it's not taught at school, these kids gonna find out information on the internet anyway, regardless. So if you have some guidance, counseling, or teaching, can say, hey, the rights from the wrong, the ins and the outs, the importance of and the importance of not, then it might educate the kids them a lot. You can't be hiding in these days and ages. We can't be hiding this from kids. Because, as I said before, the streets are going to teach them, and now they're teaching the right way sometimes. You understand? You have movies, you name it. We can't even go into the motor stuff out there. Motor ways them can't get information they need. So, straight up, give them the guidance, let them know what is right from wrong. Let them know that at the age of consent, of course, they can do certain things if they want, or when they're in a relationship and someone ought to protect themselves from getting diseases, pregnancies, unwanted advances or stalkers, etc., right? So, with a little knowledge in school, and it's never too young to teach them. You know, the whole homosexuality thing, everything like that supposed to be taught in school. Every single thing. The days of hiding these things are done. The people nowadays, they're not naive like 30, 40 years ago when we have either read magazine and so. Everybody have a cell phone now. Everybody have a smartphone. And again, like I said before, the kids must see what they're not supposed to see. And if you see it, they're going to try it. While if you teach them it, they might understand, say this we can do this and we can do that. Hopefully, now everyone is not going to listen to this teaching, but if I have a 1 or 2 to the 10 of them in the classroom, I'm going to say, you know what, remember teacher teach me. Remember miss teach me and sir teach me. Because mother and father now teach them. The money your mother and father in the back room. They might go on and try to, but if you can teach them it, that will make a big difference. So yes, again, I said, it's something to be taught at school. Yes, I endorse that.